As part of this ongoing series, we have sought to counter the false allegations and claims leveled at Bayat Al Ghadeer, namely that Bayat Al Ghadeer support terrorism and are extremists. This claim is devoid of any form of evidence. Bayat Al Ghadeer have always strived hard to work with members of other denominations, and in the past have even published, promoted interviews and dialogues with notable Sunni shayukh and figures as a means to bring together the wider Muslim communities. Bayat al Ghadeer have, from the outset, never claimed to have an affiliation with any particular cleric, organization, or movement, whether in the UK or elsewhere. We are totally and completely independent. However, the Sunni Defense Team, SDT, whose raison d'etre is to permanently divide Sunni and Shia Muslims in the hope that they never share a platform or a productive relationship. They have sought to appeal to the Sunni common folk by portraying the Shia as a sect that collectively declare all Sunnis without prejudice as non-Muslims due to their ideological differences and epistemology. It is ironic that SDT are seeking to portray Shia as takfiris when they have repeatedly, through their social media platforms, referred to Shia as heretics and encouraged lay people to perceive the Shia as disbelievers. Despite their ideology of hate, they portray themselves as the victims of Shia takfir. Their language of hatred and takfir toward Shia, as espoused by their members, is a constant theme they unashamedly ascribe to. If SDT are not busy gaining votes by the public, declaring Shia as non-Muslims, they endorse scholars who call for the slaughtering and enslavement of Shia Muslims. Or even more so, they praise and defend known terrorists. Despite our most recent video on their Ustad Human Abbasi, you would have expected him to have disassociated or even retracted his statement. But once again, Human Abbasi, desperate PR, actually offers further justification for his behavior in a recent Facebook post, claiming Shahab al-Dashti, aka Abu Askar al-Amani, was the real victim of terrorism. Can we blame this on a misunderstanding from our side? Have we got it wrong? Well, let's analyze this further. In a recent YouTube comment, Human Abbasi, aka Hassan Shimrani's own official YouTube channel, Ibn Hussein, he was asked a question pertaining to any German websites that refute Shi'ism. Interestingly, Abbasi shared the very blog that defends Dashti and his likes. Unsurprisingly, Shimrani is reluctant to make direct admission he is behind the blog. What's even more intriguing is the fact the very launch of the official YouTube channel affiliated to it. For those who want to know who launched it, well, let's share the very audio clip in German to help you to identify this mystery man.
ولأول مرة عاد القادسية.
بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله الطيبين وصحبه الأخيار. أما بعد, السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Meine geehrten Geschwister im Islam. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. Stellt euch vor, ein Muslim-Djinn, radiallahu an, erzählt, dass die Rawafid unter Hadith al-Manzila. Hadith mashhur, yani, Bekanntheit. Wilaya zu beweisen. Kläglich natürlich, aber zu der Widerlegung inshallah mehr auf unserem Blog, dem Rafida Shredder Blog. Also, Hadith al-Manzila ist in Sahih al-Bukhari und der Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam erlogen. Das zeigt, dass dieser Riwaya über die Rawafid, über die Rafida Standards, der Hadith ist geschafft.
لا والذي فطر السماء ما هم بأمة خير خلق الله بادئا وانتهاء.
Human Abbasi is well within his rights to have his own website or channel, but our concern remains the fact that he was exposed in the past for sharing nasheed materials calling for the death of Shias and non-Muslims, that he claimed he had no knowledge of the words referenced therein. With the SDT's view already presented, is this something that can be excused? They are operating a smokescreen. In reality, Human Abbasi is a hardcore jihadi sympathizer who once again had a nasheed from another terrorist group, this time not Al-Qaeda like his friend Shihab al-Dashti, but rather a group called Ja'amat al-Ansar al-Sunnah, on the very blog he advertised and promoted, and even launched their nasheed. Let's take a look.
بجهادنا سنفتت الصخرة ونمزق الطاغوت والكفر بجهادنا سنفتت الصخرة الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام والله ما خرجنا الا ان نصرة هذا الدين ونسال الله عز وجل ان يوفقنا وان ينصرنا على الكفار والمرتدين. تكبير تكبير جماعة الانصار هبوا نجاهدهم والشرطة صاروا دروع لهم والرافضة ضدنا واحنا نحاربهم بالذبح جيناهم باذن الله نذبحهم. جماعة الانصار هبوا نجاهدهم بالعزم والاصرار والله يخذلهم. الكل رافضي مرتاد يقبل يواللهم أنصار للصديق والفاروق هايضهم وتهزم الرد احنا بتكبيرة ترعبهم بإذن الله ليصير خادمهم. جماعة الأنصار هبوا نجاهدهم بالعزم والإصرار والله نخذلهم. واخت العقيدة تصيح يا هو اللي يقفضهم عرض انتهك يا اخوان جاني طفل منهم سيارة لو بحزام يا استشهاد يطب لهم ومن برا تجينا ابطال يا محلى دخلتهم. جماعة الانصار
Ansar al-Sunnah is a recognized terrorist group that has claimed responsibility for several suicide bombings in Iraq, including the devastating attacks on the offices of two Kurdish political parties. In conclusion, we can see a consistent theme when it comes to Human Abbasi, aka Hassan Shimrani, the Ustad of the Sunni defense team, that he is influenced by an extremist mindset that calls for the excommunication of Shia who support Takfiri groups that shed the blood of innocent men, women, and children in Iraq, and all whilst enjoying terrorist nasheeds calling for death and destruction.